My name is Jim Anderson. I'm the spring wheat breeder at the University of Minnesota. And what you see behind me is one of 3 spring wheat trials that we have here at the Lamberton Southwest Research Outreach Center. So the 3 trials are, we have all of the name varieties that growers might choose to grow. So there's about 35 to 40 name varieties in the trial on any given year. And then we add in about 15 of our experimental lines that are kind of in the very advanced stage of testing and could be candidates for release sometime in the next 1 to 3 years. We do that trial in 2 ways here. One is what we call conventional, so no fungicides, no insecticide, and the other is intensive, where it gets 3 fungicide applications. One at the 3 to 5 leaf stage to control tan spot, any other early season fungal diseases. A second at the flag leaf stage, keep leaf rust, stripe rust, other fungal pathogens off of them. And then a third fungicide at heading time to try to reduce the amount of scab. And the third trial is we have another 35 to 40 breeding lines that are just ready to get into this trial. So they're kind of at that last stage before they get into our statewide trial. So what we see behind me in these two plots, we're in the intensive trial. So this trial has got hit with fungicide 3 times, yet we're seeing a pretty big difference here. This is one of our advanced experimental lines. It's actually a candidate for release. It's got pretty much all of the green leaves still there. What we're seeing though is a little bit of bacteria leaf streak. And the other plot here, this is a name variety. I won't say which one because there are lots of other varieties that are in the same boat. They're very susceptible and the leaves are just about gone on it. So this is a bacterial disease. It's caused by Xanthomonas bacteria. It's naturally occurring, it's soil-borne, and we see that bacteria coming on and infecting wheat usually after heading time when we have periods of high humidity or persistent rain events. And higher temperatures also seem to favor the disease. Unfortunately, there's no real control measures for the disease, so variety selection is really the only tool that growers have. That's why we spend a lot of time, and I've already rated all of these plots, and they range from a 1 on a 0 to 9 scale all the way from a 1 to an 8. So there's tremendous differences. There are some name varieties that are very good. They're rated as a 2 or a 3, which I would call moderately resistant to resistant. And then we've got 7s and 8s that I would say are very susceptible. The disease, we don't see the same levels in the same varieties every year at every location. It's very dependent on the weather, and there's some effect of timing of when a rainfall event or when we get that heat and humidity as well. So what may be rated as like a 2, this would probably, I'd rate that as a 2 on a 1 to 9 scale. This may be a 3 at another location or a 4 at another location in another year. Something like this I probably rated as a 7. This may be an 8 at Waseca this year or a 6. So there is some variability there. But we want to stress the importance, if this is something that you see in your wheat fields, variety selection is the key, and we rate all of the major diseases in the state of Minnesota. A 0 to 9 scale, you can find it in our varietal trials results, so try to select varieties that are rated as a 2 or a 3, and that's your best bet to having wheat that's going to finish more like this and less like this.